Hello and welcome to this class. In today's lesson I will be talking to you about verbal phrases in different positions. When you have verbal phrases in an awkward position, we make illogical sentences. And when we place them in their corresponding position, we will have logical sentences. Remember that sentences must have a subject, must have a predicate, and they must make sense. Remember that the normal pattern or the common pattern of a sentence is the subject, the verb, and the object, and complement if you have one. Alright? So let's see. The first sentence here says, the missing child was found by the police in the Cherry Creek Mall. The police here is the subject in the sentence. The police found the missing child. The missing child would be acting as the object. The police found whom? Found him. Alright? The missing child. Okay? So that is an illogical or a verbal phrase placed in a wrong or awkward position. This is also the passive voice. The missing child was found by the police in the Cherry Creek Mall. But it is still a little bit illogical if you want to follow the common subject, verb, and object pattern in a sentence. So we changed it here to the police found the missing child in the Cherry Creek Mall. We changed the passive voice into the active voice, and we placed the verbal phrase in its place. The next one says, his mother found out his backpack had been stolen by one of his classmates during lunch. Alright, first we have to know which of these is the subject. Backpack. Okay, his mother found out his backpack had been stolen by one of his classmates during lunch. So we are going to start by using during lunch. His mother, all right, the subject, had found out his backpack had been stolen by one of his classmates. All right, so one is illogical, the first one of course, and the second one is logical. Well, next I will give you some more example sentences and practice sentences so that you can master this topic with me. Now you are going to help me decide whether each of these sentences are logical or illogical. Before we begin, let me remind you that a verbal phrase does not have a verb or a subject. Alright? That is a verbal phrase. Well, let's start. The first one says, she had gone to Minnesota for the holidays. Is that illogical or logical? We are going to cross out the illogical ones and we are going to tick the logical ones, all right? She had gone to Minnesota for the holidays. Since we have four, this is not even a verbal phrase. It is a prepositional phrase. So, therefore, it is wrong. The next one says, during the holidays, she had gone to Minnesota. During the holidays. Here we have our verbal phrase. She had gone to Minnesota. Okay? This one is all right. It makes sense. It is logical. The next one says, they were going to Spain during the summer. They were going to Spain during the summer. It makes perfect sense to me. But it would sound better if you said during the summer they were going to Spain. Alright? But you could count them both as correct. So this is the way you change a verbal phrase or a phrase into a different position and still make logical sense out of it. Alright? Next I will leave you some homework. Remember that you need to do it because if you don't practice you will probably not improve your English. So it is very, very, very important that you practice writing, speaking, listening, and writing, speaking, listening, and reading. Yes, very importantly. Because remember that there are 4 skills in the English language: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Once you have mastered those 4 skills, you will be a master in the English language. For homework, write 4 sentences using the verbal phrases in different positions, or verbal phrases in different positions. Alright, so well, remember to do that in the comment section below this video, along with any comment, suggestion, or question that you may have. And if you have a workbook, do it there too. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Would you like to watch my next video? Click on the television to the right. To you about irregular verbs, or verbs that do not end in ed in their past and past.